going everyone? AFC Fitness here in Worcester. It's a ground I've been wanting to come to for a while, Worcester City, and it's nice to be back here considering it's where I went to uni. Spent 3.5 years living in Worcester. Always enjoy coming back. Haven't been back that often since I finished uni, but here we are for the first time seeing them play. Because the problem is, when I was at uni, they were ground sharing with the likes of Kidderminster and Bromsgrove, so never actually made it to a game. But at long last, it's being ticked off the list. So we just got in for £8. We're about to have a look around the ground, but before we do, let's find out a little bit about today's host, Worcester City. Worcester City were founded in 1902, following the liquidation of Berwick Rangers FC, and Worcester would take their place in the Birmingham District League. They won 6 successive Worcestershire Senior Cups between 1908 and 1914. They won the league for the first time in 1925, and did so again in 1929 and 1930. They joined the Southern League in 1938, winning the Southern League Cup 2 years later. In the late 1950s, they made history when they defeated Liverpool in the FA Cup, a result that would ultimately lead to Bill Shankly being appointed Liverpool manager. After being relegated to Division 1 North of the Southern League in 1974, they won the league in 1977, and 2 years later won the Southern League itself. They would spend a lengthy period in the Southern League Premier Division until 2004, when they were promoted to the Conference North. They would leave their home of St George's Lane in 2013, ground sharing for a number of years as they aimed to build a new home. In 2014, they knocked Coventry City out of the FA Cup at the Ricoh Arena, but a few years later resigned from the National League North and ended up in the Midland League due to financial issues. They finally returned to Worcester in 2019 as they agreed to play at Claines Lane in the Worcestershire FA headquarters. They remain in the Midland League, aiming to rebuild and make their way back up the pyramid. Overall, they have won 4 Birmingham and District League titles, 2 Southern League Division 1 North titles, 1 Southern Premier League title, 2 Southern League Cups, and 28 Worcestershire Senior Cups. And a bit of trivia, in 2014, Worcester were involved in the longest penalty shootout in FA Cup history, after they lost 14-13 to Scunthorpe on spot kicks. So those are our hosts, Worcester City. Let's have a look inside their home, Claines Lane. So here we are, just having a stroll round. So this ground is located at the headquarters of the Worcestershire FA, just on the outskirts of Worcester. Got a lot of places you can park. There's a free parking bit and also a car park you can pay for. We of course discovered the free parking bit after we paid for parking, typical. It's just very refreshing that Worcester have a place they can call home. So it's the second qualifying round of the FA Vase, and that does mean if it is 0-0 there'll be a penalty shootout, so I will see some sort of goal today. Not seen this kind of view at a non-league game. There's a very nice modern club bar. I think we'll have a look inside. Very nice club badge, £3. So at the club bar they do a homemade cake of the day. This is lemon drizzle, one of my favourite types of cakes. I got very lucky. Let's give this cake a try. Delicious. Love a good lemon drizzle. Here we are, we've got our seats just by the halfway line, about half an hour till kick-off. Very excited.
No. Reece, I need to help you something.
Fellow University of Worcester graduate, how are you feeling, Tom? You excited?
Yeah, it's nice that Worcester have got a ground now. When I was at uni, which is, I think I went the year before you, didn't I?
Yeah, you did.
Yeah, they were playing at Kidderminster Harriers, so yeah, it's quite nice that they've got their own ground now. Place to call home.
Last. A very nice club bar as well. That's one of the best club bar buildings I've seen. About midway through the first half and still 0-0. Worcester have been the better team, but they haven't quite been able to make chances count. They're not helped by the rough surface that's full of sand. But yeah, as it stands 0-0, familiar feeling, isn't it, Tom? Hopefully that'll change. So Worcester take the lead after a scramble in the box. They had about 3 opportunities, tried their best not to score. Eventually their centre forward, number 9, has volleyed it in. 1-0 Worcester. Half time and Worcester lead by 1-0 as the rain begins to pour. They've been the better side. They hit the bar just before the break. Would have been a lovely goal, but hopefully they can hold it out and see their way through to the next round. As the players leave the pitch behind me, Worcester lead by 1-0 at half time. Got myself a nice vegan pucker pie for £3. Let's try it out. Bottoms up. That's the finished seal of approval. Yeah, he's got the drizzle cake. What do you think? He's got the Godfather face of approval. Nom nom. About midway through the second half, Worcester have maintained their lead. It's been pretty eventless so far, not really many significant chances, but Lichfield have gained a little bit of momentum, but I feel like Worcester can see this out, hopefully get another to seal the victory. Still 1-0. Full time, and Worcester did hold on to their lead to see their way through to the next round of the FA Trophy. They deserved the win, they were the better team. Lichfield did have the odd chance, but never really looked like scoring. They had a goal disallowed for offside, that was the closest they came. But Worcester have sealed their way into the next round. Can they make it all the way to Wembley? Full time, Worcester 1, Lichfield 0. So that was Claines Lane, home of Worcester City. A very nice afternoon, and a big hole in my time in Worcester seeing them play has finally been filled. So very relieved to finally have done that. You know, for this level of football, we saw a lot of people wearing the kits, chanting and cheering them on. You could tell there were a lot of people that really cared about this club, and I really appreciate that. And it's a lovely area surrounded by countryside, so you get a lot of nice aesthetics of Worcestershire, and it's a shame how far they did fall after leaving their stadium, but hopefully their journey back to the National League has begun, and let's hope this season, after going through, they can find their way to Wembley. But I definitely will come back here because I love Worcester. Maybe move back here someday, you never know, and I could go to more games. But yeah, I've absolutely loved it and delighted that they could win. You know, and all the staff very welcoming, and the food options reasonably priced and delicious. A lot of non-league ones I've gone to, the food's been okay, but they've clearly put a lot of thought and effort, and I like the fact they do home-baked cakes. I've not seen anything like that at football before, so there's something unique, especially how delicious that lemon drizzle cake was. But yeah, absolutely lovely afternoon. I'll have to come here again. I've had a great time. That was Claines Lane, home of Worcester City. Thank you all for watching. I've been AFC Finners. See you next time, and stick with us as we go ground to ground. AFC Finners out.